We have never tested a carpet like this on this series. In fact, we've never tested a carpet on this series, but we're sure setting the bar high with this one. This is Laken from Anderson Tuftex, a perfect pet-friendly choice for your home. But how will it hold up in a busy and active space? Well, let's take a deep dive below the surface and find out. As this is a carpet and not a hard surface, we have had to change up some of the tests. However, some of them do carry over, like the moisture test. Moisture on carpet is usually a nightmare. After all, most carpets soak it up and leave it trapped below the surface, where it can ultimately cause mold and mildew. But Laken has Lifeguard spill-proof backing, which promises to keep water from seeping through. So let's put that claim to the test. We poured the water onto the surface of the carpet and actually had to stop it from flowing out of the testing area. But the fact that it did that meant that it was not seeping into the fibers, which is a very good sign. We allowed the water to sit on the carpet for a few moments, which a typical carpet would have just soaked right up, but this stayed right on the surface, allowing us to wipe it up with a standard paper towel. And seeing as how the carpet hadn't absorbed a drop of moisture, it was no surprise that none had made it through to the subfloor. Now on to our next test, the stain test. It's no secret, stains on a carpet are typically a complete nightmare. So I took one of the worst stain offenders imaginable, red wine, and poured a little onto the surface before trying to wipe it up. With most carpet styles, a red wine stain is never coming out. If it spills on the floor, then that's that. A massive red stain for the life of your carpet. But already, just from pouring wine onto the surface, you can see that the liquid isn't soaking in at all, thanks to their moisture-proof blue backing. First, we took a standard paper towel and wiped up the wine. Most of it lifted right off the surface of the carpet without leaving any residual mark. But in the area of heaviest concentration, there was a small amount of staining. So, to see if the carpet was salvageable, we took some of Shaw's carpet cleaner and sprayed the area with the stain. After the first pass, we could already start to see that the carpet was coming clean, and after a few passes with the cleaner and paper towels, there was no indication that wine had ever been spilled. An absolutely amazing result for wine spilled onto carpet. And last but not least, onto a brand new test for carpet that I'm calling the durability test. This is a very stout wire brush, and we're going to try and damage the carpet with it by dragging it back and forth across the fibers. The bristles really dug into the carpet's fibers, and I actually had a hard time pushing it for a second. But what really surprised me was how I didn't see any sign of the fibers breaking or even fraying. They stood strong against what is arguably much more extreme than what a dog's nails or a cat's claws could do. So we can safely say that Laken passes the durability test. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video and found this information helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments section. We'll do our best to answer them. And be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell for more product testing and product reviews. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.